See, some people have money, but they don't even know how to spend it. At least they don't know how to spend it for joy. And remember, it's not the amount that counts, it's the plan that counts. It's the thinking that counts. A father wads up a $5 bill, throws it at his son, and says, "Here, take the darn stuff if you need it that bad." See, same $5, right? Same $5. Only instead of being dispensed with joy, it's dispensed with animosity. Now the father gets no joy from the $5 by wadding it up and throwing it. See, that's not how you get joy from it. It's the same money, but it depends on how you spend it. It depends on how you give it. And how you give it is called lifestyle. And Shoaff taught me lifestyle in the simplest little ways. Shoaff taught me how to be a 2-quarter person. So I didn't understand what that meant. He said, well, let's say you're getting your shoes shined, and the shoe shining boy's done a great job. And he's whistled and talked and kept you entertained, and you look down, you got one of the world's great shines. So you reach in your pocket and you pay him. Now, after you've paid him, you reach in your pocket and get a handful of change. And the thought occurs to you, shall I give him 1 quarter or 2 quarters for a tip for my fabulous shine? Shoaff said, here's lifestyle. If 2 amounts pop in your mind for giving, like 1 quarter or 2 quarters, Shoaff said, always go for the higher amount. He said, become a 2-quarter person. I said, well, what difference would that make? He said, all the difference in the world, being a 1-quarter person versus a 2-quarter person. Now, you got 1 quarter or 2 quarters, so it's not the amount that's going to be the problem. The problem is how you spend it. See, that was unique. He said, if you're thinking 2 quarters, look at my shine, I better go for 2 quarters. And they say, well, no, I'll just give him 1. He said, that will affect you the rest of the day. It'll bother you. Sure enough, right in the middle of the day, you'll look down, see your shine, and say, I got to be cheap. 1 lousy quarter. He said, it'll affect you. But he said, if you go for the 2 quarters, he said, that'll affect you the rest of the day. You'll be happier. Shoaff said, you cannot believe the good feelings you can buy for just a quarter. See, I didn't understand that. Then I learned it's not the amount. It's the thought. It's the idea. Become a 2-quarter person. Shoaff taught me what the word tip meant. I didn't understand. I'm from farm country, Idaho. What do I know about tip, right? He says, do you know what tip means? T-I-P. Comes from a phrase. What is it? To ensure promptness. Shoaff said tip means to ensure promptness. Now, he said, if that's true, if tip is to ensure promptness, when should you give it? Up front. See, I didn't know that. He said, sophisticated people always ensure good service. They don't take a chance. I thought, wow, what a way to live. I always thought, well, you waited till the meal was over, see whether or not you got good service, and then tip. He said, no, not sophisticated people. You don't wait and see. You ensure. Wow. Makes all the difference in the world, right? You're taking a couple of people to lunch, right? And you calculate, let's see, the tip will be about so much, right? You call Mary over and say, Mary, right? Arm around the shoulder. Mary, here's $10. Would you take good care of me and my friends? You won't believe the service. They do what's known as hover. I mean, they hover right around your table. Otherwise, you can never find them. I mean, where's my waitress? Where's my waitress? All the difference in the world. Same money, see, but it's called giving it up front instead of behind. Now, it doesn't mean you can do it every time, but it means you just think of ways to be unique. Think of ways, right? It works wonders. I took a neat lady, this has been a couple of years ago. We went to the Beverly Hilton Hotel to the Trader Vic's restaurant, close by where I used to live. And we're all excited about going to Trader Vic's. Beverly Hills, nice place to entertain. And when we get there, we drive up in front of Trader Vic's, and two attendants come out. One opens one door, one opens the other door. And they let out my lady friend. The other gentleman lets me out, says, "Mr. Rohn, nice to have you here." And my lady's already impressed. He said, "Have a good meal." I said, "We certainly will." So we leave, right, go into the restaurant, have this fabulous meal. When we come out of Trader Vic's, as we walk out the door, there is my car sitting right there. Both doors are open, and the motor is running. My lady can't believe. She said, "I've never seen service like this." I said, "Hey, this is really great." So one attendant lets my lady friend in, right? On the other side, another one lets me in. They close the doors. Says, "Mr. Rohn, it's been nice to have you here. Have a nice evening." I say, "Thank you very much," and I drive away. When we get to about the first light down on Wilshire Boulevard, my lady friend looks over at me and she says, "Jim, hold it just a minute." I said, "What is it?" She said, "I just thought of something." I said, "What's that?" She said, "You forgot to tip him at Trader Vic's. After all that service, you didn't give him any money." I said, "Hey, look, it'll be okay." She said, "Oh, no. We got to go back." We got to go back. Go back. I said, "Hey, take my word for it. It's okay. She said, No. We got to go back. I mean, we're not going any further. You got to, for that kind of service, you got to tip the money." And then I had to tell her that I made my first trip to Trader Vic's that morning. Incredible. Lifestyle. Somebody once said, money takes no right out of the English language. If money is no problem, would you? Yes. You don't even have to go any further.